welcome back to the AWS Cloud demos. In today's demo, we will look into how we use a S3 lifecycle policy. So basically, for a bit of context, AWS S3 lifecycle is a feature that enables you to define the actions that are automatically taken on some objects in a Amazon S3 bucket, right? So when their lifecycle phase transitions, for example, these actions can include transitioning the objects from one storage class to a different storage class after a certain period of time, and you can also delete the objects, and you can also use this for archival storage if the objects are no longer being used. For example, there are several benefits of using this is AWS S3 lifecycle. For example, a lot of cost savings comes with it by transitioning objects to a different storage classes or deleting them when they are no longer needed, right? And also you could use this for data archival. For example, by transitioning objects to Amazon Glacier for archival storage, you can store infrequently accessed data at a lower cost. Okay, so and also for data management and data retention, and there are several benefits that comes with the AWS S3 lifecycle. So I think I can give you the links, and you can go and read a bit more on the S3 lifecycle, and also you can see the transition from one state to another, which is like from so by default your objects will be in S3 standard, and then that can go to IA standard IA, or IA represents infrequent access, intelligent tiering, and one zone IA after 30 days, and then you can move after 90 days to a glacier, and you can also move it to the deep archive. So I think I cannot give you the whole introduction in this video. Rather I would prefer to do a hands-on video. So I think you get the point, right? Like as a life cycle, so you can go through these links and you can read more about this. But for now, I'm gonna go ahead to my AWS console and do a short demo on how we transition objects from one storage class to another storage classes. Okay, so for that, log into your AWS console and go ahead and type S3. Okay, click on S3. So now that you have your S3 bucket, right, now go ahead and click on create bucket. So I'm going to create a bucket which is early lifecycle demo or something like that. I hope this name is available, and make sure you are in the US East one region. It's up to you which region you want, and leave the ACLs disabled. And I don't think you need anything. Just go ahead and click on create bucket. All right, so now that you have created your bucket, go ahead and open your bucket. And now what I'm going to do, I have one file that I can upload to my AWS bucket. Click on upload, and I'm going to drag and drop a file that I have. Just drop it here and click on upload. All right. All right, so now that I have uploaded my file, click on close, and you will go back to the your bucket, and then go to management. All right, and there you go. You see lifecycle rules. I can create a lifecycle rule here in under the management tab. Go ahead and click on create lifecycle. Under this lifecycle rule, I'm gonna create something like maybe something release rule or something like that. It's up to you. I want to apply this rule for all the objects in my bucket, and just go ahead and click on I acknowledge that this rule applies to all the objects in the bucket, and go ahead and select the rule actions, which is I want to move current version of objects between two storage classes. I want to expire the current versions of the objects, and also I want to delete the expired object, delete markers or incomplete multipart uploads. Okay, this is what I wanted to do. For example, I'm gonna choose one zone IA like so, and after this I'm gonna enter after 30 days I want to transition this object into sorry, my S3 bucket objects into one zone IA, which is one zone, one availability zone, and then I'm going to transition this to Glacier flexible retrieval. Formerly it was Glacier, and you can see all these options are disabled because once you move to one zone IA, the only available options that you have is Glacier flexible retrieval and also Glacier deep archive. Okay, so For this, go ahead and enter the number of days you wanted to move your objects to Glacier Flexible Retrieval here, which is about 90 days. After 90 days, I would like to move to Glacier Flexible Retrieval, and then go ahead and click on I acknowledge again. And this is basically the transition. Small objects to Glacier, formerly Glacier Deep Archive, will incur as per object cost, right? So this is per object cost. Okay, so you can read more about this in here. So for now, I'm going to just skip it. So how many days after you want to expire the current version of the objects? So for now, I'm going to put something like 120, because after 120 days I want to simply expire the current version of the objects. Okay, so, and if you scroll all the way to the bottom, I can show you how the transition takes place. So for example, like day 0, your objects are uploaded. On day 30, your objects will be moved to one zone IA. Okay, on day 90, your objects will be moved to Glacier Flexible Retrieval, formerly Glacier, obviously, and then on a day 120, your objects will expire. Okay, so this is how the life cycle will be for S3. And then once you're happy with this flow, you go ahead and click on create rule like so. Okay, now back to the bucket main page, which is the lifecycle configuration. You can see the transitions here, right? So transition to one zone IA, then Glacier Retrieval, and then the object expires. So this is how my transition works. Obviously, I cannot show that in the demo because it expires. It moves to a different states after 30 days and 90 days and 120 days. So all right, I hope this gives a good idea on how to create a life cycle in S3, and go ahead and play with it in your own console. And thank you so much for watching this video, and I really appreciate it. Please like this video, share this video, subscribe, and add comments in the comment section below. And thank you so much. I will be producing more and more videos going forward, because I love to share. And thank you so much, and see you guys in the next video.